Summer is kicking right in and everybody is working on all these different mesh stitches for their projects. So I am here to teach you one of the most easiest mesh stitches that you can do for your own projects. Hello everyone and welcome to Amparo Wonderland. Today we are going to learn how to create the mesh stitch. So let's go ahead and jump right into our materials. So today I am going to be using these materials. We are using some cotton yarn, scissors, our crochet hook. I'm using a 3.75mm hook, and of course our best friends. I'm using cotton because we are going to be creating apparel with our yarn, and it is summer and we need a breathable fiber, and cotton is one of the best type of yarn that you want to use for summer apparel. So let's stop talking and let's get yarning. So here we've got some yarn barf that I have to deal with, so let me find my end and then we can actually get to yarning. So first things first, you gotta decide if you're going to be working in the rows or in the rounds. So today I'm going to show you how to work in the rows, which consists of creating a slip knot. If you do not know how to create a slip knot, I do have a short available for you up there that shows you step by step in slow motion on how to create that. And now that we have our slip knot on our hook, we are going to create a foundation chain of multiples of 3 plus 1. So I am going to be doing 16. So 15 is the multiple of 3 plus 1 is 16. So let's go ahead and create 16 chains. To create a chain, what you're going to do is you have your working yarn here, and you're going to yarn over and pull through that loop that is already on your hook. So let me show you that one more time. So you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull that right through here. So that's my second chain. As you can see, the chains are made with V's. Let me zoom in here so you can see better. We have little V's that create that chain. That's how it looks. So just go and yarn over and pull that right through the loop that's already on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the loop just like that. So to count, if you look at the V's, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to create my chains, and I'm going to have 16 chains in total. Alright, so here we have our 16 chains, which is going to be my foundation chain. You are welcome to do more or less depending on what you want to do for your project, or if you just want to do a swatch, you could do a shorter one. And now what we're going to do is that we are going to skip the first 2 stitches and work into the 3rd stitch there, and we're going to create a slip stitch. So we've got 1, 2, and 3rd stitch. So the 3rd chain from the hook, we create a slip stitch. To create a slip stitch, it's very similar to a chain. So you place your hook into the stitch there. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and that loop is going to go right through the back loop here. And that is your slip stitch there. Now we're going to chain 4. You know how to create the chain. So it's a yarn over and pull through 2, and we're going to chain 4. So this is 3 and 4. And now we are going to skip 2 chains again and work into the 3rd chain here. Go into this one. You're going to yarn over and you're doing a slip stitch again. So you're going to pull that loop right through the loop that's in the back of your hook there. Just like that. And you should have a little loop here. Just like this. And now you're going to repeat. So you chain 4, 3 and 4. You're going to skip 2 chains and work into the 3rd chain here. So go in there and create a slip stitch. So place your hook into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, and that loop goes right through that back loop there. Just like that. And now you have 2 little loops there. So you're just going to repeat that pattern of chaining 4, and then you skip 2, work into the 3rd one, and create a slip stitch. So do that to the end of your foundation chain. So this is what it should look like at the end when you create your chain 4 slip stitches. It's very easy. So now we can go ahead and continue on row 2. So what you're going to do is that we are going to turn our work and we're going to chain 4, and we're literally just doing the same exact thing. It's 3 and 4. The only difference is that we're going to slip stitch into the center. So the chain 4 space, that's where you're creating your slip stitch. Just like that. So it should look like this. You have like a little loop here next to the big loop that you first made already. So chain 4 again, 2, 3, and 4, and you go into the next loop that you have available, and you're gonna create your slip stitch in that chain 4 space, like that. So now it's creating kind of like that little off circle, I don't know how to explain it, but it's creating that mesh look. So now chain 4, and you do it again. You go into the next chain 4 space and create a slip stitch. And it's that easy. So go ahead and finalize your row, and then come back and I'll show you how we're going to truly finalize the row. So here we are. I just created my last slip stitch into my last chain 4 space, and now we're back at the beginning where we created that first slip stitch. I should have marked that up, so you can mark up that stitch to make sure that you know where you are. And you're gonna go ahead and put your hook right into that slip stitch. You're going to create a slip stitch into that slip stitch, just like that. And you have finished your row. And now you can just continue. So you go into chain 4, three and 4, turn our work, and we're gonna work into that first loop there and create a slip stitch. Dun, 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 dun. And now you have another one there. Okay. Very easy. Like that, and then we're going to slip stitch into the next chain 4 space, like so. The good thing about this pattern is that it just naturally has that straight edge because of how it's worked up. So it's very easy, and you don't have to worry about it having an off edge or anything. If you're working in the rounds, it is a little bit more different, but overall, it is pretty much the same exact thing. 4. So at the end here, we're on our last loop here, so go ahead and create your slip stitch. And that's how that round ends. And then you just continue, as I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue and create a few other rows, so that way you can see how it looks when you create a bigger project. And here we have our final product. This is a total of 8 rows of the 4 chain mesh stitch. It is very easy, very beginner friendly. If you agree, definitely give it a thumbs up because it helps me out figure out what you all think about all these different stitches that I teach you. So if you are interested in more let me know in the comment section down below so that way I can show you more mesh stitches that are also beginner friendly that you can use for any future projects that you have in mind. If you are curious on how to work this stitch in the round, I do have another video that you can actually go and check out now. It is right here for you. It's a video tutorial on how to create a mesh bag, a market bag that is also actually foldable. So go ahead and check it out. I'll see you there. And if not, then I will see you in the next one. Bye.